But I'm going to say this. If you don't know who Jim Tucker is Mr. Bilderberg, period. The late, great Jim Tucker is exposed Bilderberg with the American Free Press.
Yes.
I, Mark Anderson, we were taking a look at the landscape of reporting that was coming off of the side of the hill in Austria, and I just basically wanted to go drink beer. Okay, and we knew that Anderson was going to be coming on, and we're going to get right to the brass tacks of exposing the truth about what's happening with those individuals that are there. And I love the fact that, well, actually everyone in the world is just coming to the realization of who Alex Karp and Peter Thiel are, which is okay. Yeah. It's okay. It's just important that they're coming to realize it. Yeah. And by having Mark Anderson on the show and him delving into this this information, we just dropped the links to Mark Anderson. American Free Press, thanks to the late, great Jim Tucker and Mark Anderson, they will expose. They will. If once they understand what Mark Anderson has, right, they will expose exactly who Peter Thiel is. They will. And that'll happen, I'm sure, on the ground while he's out there in Austria.
Yeah, I think, first of all, I have to tell you, Pete, that we've been listening to some of the stuff out of Bilderberg, and I have to tell you that is one of the best interviews I have heard so far coming out of Bilderberg. No doubt one of the most informative. So good job. I just want to say that.
Thank you. Thanks, of course, to Mark Anderson. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue on in the spirit of covering Bilderberg. I'm going to put up on the screen here. Now, you guys are going to be taking a look at some raw files as we're laying it out. Okay. But I'm going to give Big DW a thank you for sending the link along and helping make sense of this. Let me put it up here. Bilderberg 2015, Peter Thiel and Alex Karp's, you ready? Veterans database.
Yes, and they have one.
They have one, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt about it. And you're going to see it here in this segment. You need to share this segment with as many people as possible, especially veterans. Especially veterans. You know why? Because there's one veteran that stands here in this room that was so pissed off. Was I not pissed off when I understood who Peter Thiel was, who Palantir was, what Jade Helm is, right? Was I not pissed off?
Oh, yeah.
And I was pissed off because my name is in a database with Palantir, and I never authorized the Veterans Administration to give my information to Palantir.
Yeah.
Did I?
And you know what? I don't think they have to authorize it anymore. And that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Nobody has any kind of oversight.
There's two guys, Peter Thiel, whatever, however you pronounce it, and Alex Karp at Bilderberg. Everyone's face, and by the way, just one of their sidebar businesses is to get a big, huge database from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, right, with my freaking name on it. Right. Okay, now here's the most important part. Okay, is that this database? If you are a regular listener of the Pete Santilli Show, you know that this is not just databasing. Okay, Palantir is involved in surveillance, in analysis, in predictive analysis. Really, really important. You understand that. They can track us. They know, actually, because the veterans list is now in the hands of Palantir. They cross-reference that with all of Bank of America. So let's say if it's all banking data, right? Right. They've got banking data. They've got cable television, Wi-Fi. They've got Verizon. They've got T-Mobile. They know exactly what our locations are, what our spending patterns are, what we're saying in our living rooms. That's right. What our exact location are at any given second. Yep.
How much water you use. How much water you use.
That's right.
Yeah. That's what Palantir does.
That's exactly what Palantir does. And they just so happen to have this predictive analysis program to say, who are the angry veterans out there? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Thanks very much, Veterans Administration, for providing that database. Okay. We're also going to predict which ones you need to go extract. Why don't you practice extracting them from their houses through an operation called Jade Helm? Right. Right? And Jade will explain what Jade is. But before we do that, we already know who these people are. They're involved. Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, Joe Lonsdale, and of course, I think this is going to be the last time I mention Rand Paul. Rand Paul is nothing but a yard ornament. Okay, this will be the last time I mention.
He just feeds off of those guys. That's all.
Yeah, and actually,
becomes a puppet, a mouthpiece for them. Yep.
We're going to skip past that. Hold on one second. I already took a break. Just because we only have 30 minutes with Mark Anderson, we're going to skip over that. All right? Now, this veterans database, as you know, Bilderberg meetings, Peter Thiel and Alex Karp are there. All right? And they're involved in the steering committee, framing the agenda and deciding who attends. Of course, we already mentioned that. Take a look at this. This map that I have on the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, comes directly from Palantir's website.
Yep.
Okay. And it is called Veterans by Geography. This data was provided to them by who? By the Veterans Administration. The VA has given them the exact location of where all the concentration of veterans are.
The biggest concentrations. Of veterans, and you notice it's in the Southwest states.
In the Southwestern states, and the circular references there are directly, it's right off of their website, and I'm going to show it to you here probably after the top of the hour, because I'm going to have some commentary here as we go forward. But Peter Thiel and Alex Karp's veterans database map is being displayed on Palantir's website. These guys are talking about artificial intelligence technology, of course. They're talking about what they're doing with their Palantir system. It's the most dangerous system on the face of the planet, period. Mark Anderson doesn't even know that. Most people don't understand how dangerous it is because they're doing all this covertly. But let's overlay and see if there's any similarities between this map and another map everyone's familiar with. The Jade Helm map. Now, whether or not they're identifying Texas as hostile territory or this pocket of insurgents in this red area, let's lay them over and see if there's anything that these two share in common. Look what the red circular concentrated areas are. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see Palantir's veterans map, location of all those veterans, and you overlay that on top of the Jade Helm map, you'll notice that Jade Helm essentially completely and totally surrounds all of those angry veterans. Now, is it just taking a look at one map over the other? It's not, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you understand what Jade in Jade Helm is, and you understand what Palantir is, okay? You take the two and you put those two together, it's not the merging of two maps. It's the merging of two computer systems. Palantir as a predictive analysis system, and Jade as a platform. It's actually a computer software platform for artificial intelligence.
Right.
Jade Helm, the Jade in Jade Helm, Jade stands for a freaking computer system. And I'm going to go into this and I'm going to show the implementation. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it for what it is. Peter Thiel and Alex Karp, have access to, I don't know who these multi-billionaires are, but as a veteran of the Corps, having my data given to those freaking pukes who are at Bilderberg, they literally have possession of my veterans' data, and it was given to them from the Veterans Administration. I never authorized it. If you are a veteran, your information has gone to Peter Thiel at Bilderberg and Alex Karp at Bilderberg. They're analyzing that data, and all of your tweets are being analyzed. All of your Facebook posts are being analyzed. Everything, including your bank records, everything about your entire life is now in the hands of two Bilderbergers, and it was given to them by the Veterans Administration. And I want to sue. I say sue. I'm always sue happy. Sue everybody, right?
Sue everybody.
I mean, seriously, yeah. Think about the implications of this, okay? Think about the implications of this. I'm going to go to the telephone line here right now as we progress through this thing. And while we're talking to our caller who's been on the line for a while, I just don't want to make him wait. I'm going to ask this caller in the 409 area code. Are you there? Are you a veteran?
You're going to sleep, and you want me to wake up at work.
Hello? Hello, in a 409 area code. You're live on the air. What's going on?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Sorry.
I'm sorry I kept you on hold for so long.
Hello.
Hey, no, it's Santilli, but what's your name?
I am Josh Childs, dude. I apologize. I was talking to my parents. It is very hard.
That's okay. That's okay. It's Pete Santilli. You're on the Pete Santilli Show. Are you a veteran?
I am not a veteran, sir, but I am aware and I'm concerned, sir.
Yes, sir. Aren't you concerned that all of our nation's veterans from the Veterans Administration has been, their entire database has been given to Palantir Corporation?
Yes, I'm so concerned. And I have a question for you, Mr. Pete. And I know your last name is Santilli. I apologize. It's kind of crazy how I was in the conversation and you kind of called,
No, that's okay.
Asked me.
I've been called
my
worse.
question is, how much did you hear?
How much did I hear about what?
Or what I was talking about.
I wasn't even paying attention. I got so much stuff going on over here, man. What's happening?
That's fine. I was just explaining to my mom and dad.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to help them awaken, and just in a pretty deep conversation while you said 409. It's kind of funny.
And what was the conversation? Share it with us.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I told, dude, you're gonna love it. This is perfect. I told my mom about you. I said, I told her how I'm on the phone, kind of just waiting, listening to the show that has all this badass information. And so she went to Wikipedia and Googled you.
Uh-huh.
And dude, she came outside and said, "Oh my God, you have to research about the people that you look up because he's a scam artist." Oh my God, dude, it was crazy.
Yeah. Did you kick her in the ass and tell her she needs to learn how to Google? Huh?
Dude, I explained.
You know what? If she were my mother, I would have freaking knocked her out right there and said, you're too dumb to be on Google.
I know.
Yeah. You need to teach her how to research a little bit deeper, dude. Seriously. Is it genetic or are you gonna hook her up?
No, I'm definitely gonna hook her up, but as you know, it is a very hard process to talk to these people.
It is.
No, it is. Yeah, it is. And you need to be really, really careful how you Google Pete Santilli because you never know what you might land on. You might land on some freaking fat cheeseburger journalist.
I know.
Vagina.
Proves the point right there.
Yeah, that's right. Which is cool. Don't take any offense to that. Your mom is cool. You know what's really neat is that you were able to. How long have you been listening to the show?
Unfortunately, not that long, but like the viewer said on the episode yesterday, I'm about to watch like 4 episodes a day to catch up.
Oh, that's cool. And you know what? It's been a long and the topics that we're covering. There's a reason why we get attacked by a lot of people that like to put stuff out there. For moms that Google, they especially like to do that. There's a reason why we're attacked, and we actually kind of. We admire it. Actually, we're starting to gloat about the fact that we get, articles written. Like somebody said yesterday, "Hey, Pete Santilli, you were in the Marine Corps. You were in charge of refueling Jeeps or something like that." And I'm like, "No, I was not in charge as a refueler. That wasn't my job. I was actually my MOS. For those of you that are really concerned about my MOS." I was actually in aviation ordnance. I was responsible for all aviation deployed weapons. That was my job. I've got actually all the documentation to prove that, but that's what I did. And anyways, yeah, it's all interesting. That's why they want to attack. The reason why they want to attack us is because we're exposing things like, I don't know, Peter Thiel and Palantir. I'm sure he's going to
absolutely get
into my computer at a certain point, right?
Yeah, and also, I just want to let you know I'm from Texas, Beaumont, Texas, and yep, there's been movement. I've been seeing it, for a while now. Like I sent you 2 videos, 2 emails the other day. I don't know if you got them or not, but.
Oh, you know what? Hey, listen, in Beaumont, I want to get this from your perspective, and I mean this sincerely. Answer it however you want. Don't even answer it the way you think I want you to answer, but I want you to be very truthful. Set aside what you see in the mainstream media. Do you think that this is an important time that both the, let's say, the blacks and the whites can come together against the police state? You think this is a good way for us to unite, even if we don't like each other? Isn't it an important time for us to go up against the police state? Is there a reason for us to do that?
Absolutely. And one thing I was talking to a buddy about today is one thing I do is I make sure when I see another race or another age or something, because I know that there's attacks on this division, and every day I make a point to wave. I'm a young white guy. but I make sure I wave to everybody. You know, I talk. I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, there should not be no hate against me because I'm white. There should be you because you're black or you're Indian. You know, we should just be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. We need to be cool with each other, and that's the approach. And for those people that can't be cool with other people, if we can just recognize that I don't even need to like somebody of another color, what I do recognize is that they may also want to go after the same, and I call them the enemy, the same evil force like the police state that's committing 80,000 SWAT teams a year. We need to both come together and say, hey, we need to go after the navy blue and the olive drab green. And this Texas stuff that's going on there, it's a good opportunity for both sides of the political spectrum to come together and recognize who we need to go after. I think so. Thanks a lot for calling in, Joshua.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, you know, letting me talk.
Yeah, no, you can call anytime. I want to hear from your mom. She just needs to just Google a little bit deeper.
Yeah. And also wanted to say, I remember how Deborah, Deborah, I love y'all. But,
hey, hi.
Hey, but I remember at the beginning of y'all show, y'all talk about y'all were never censored. And that's true, but sometimes I don't know if it's my phone or not, but especially that one time when, what's her name? Catherine Olbrich, she was online, or she was on air with y'all, and she was talking about the Christians and kind of was giving hope to me about the majority of people in the nation that are Christian, and all these facts about Christianity. And every time they said Christian or a positive kind of statistic about Christians, it was blurted out and other kind of crazy stuff.
Huh. Really? I never knew that. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. That's interesting. I know they can mess with stuff like that, but thanks for bringing it to our attention. Yeah, dude. They can try to delete stuff off the internet. Certainly not going to get rid of my Christianity. How about yours?
Amen. No way.
That's right, brother. Okay, good deal. Thanks a lot for calling in. Tell your mom I said Pete Santilli said hello. Okay?
All right, awesome. God bless y'all.
Yeah, God bless you too.
God bless you.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a great call.
Nice young man.
Moms of America are Googling me.
It's great.
Yeah. Just tell her not to read the vagina articles. Oh, Moms of America won't like that. They won't understand.
They won't understand it.
I was taken out of context. All right, now listen, let's go back in the remaining moments that we have here. Okay. I actually have on the screen now while I was with Joshua. Okay. Now watch this. All right. Where I got that map up on the screen, when you go to Palantir's blog, all right, I went to take a look at where that map came from, and I went directly to the Palantir website, and here's the article where it came from, and I'll show it to you right here. Okay, veterans by geography. We'll provide this link in the system. But look at percentage of total veterans population. Okay, and you see the curve here, and this data. Okay, all of this data that was sent to them, that was provided in this map right here of all veterans, was provided by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and guess what? Put into what they call the Palantir Metropolis. The Palantir Metropolis.
Yes, indeed.
What does that sound like? Does that sound like all freaking evil and Gotham-like? Huh?
Yeah.
Does it?
Like Superman-ish.
Superman-ish. Okay, how does it work? It states it starts with all the data. The Palantir Metropolis platform is ideal for large-scale quantitative investigation. Palantir Metropolis integrates across multiple sources of data. This is their own website, by the way. We're not just making it up that Palantir has access to all of the data, much more than even the NSA.
And they do.
Yeah. Okay? Bringing together disparate information into a unified quantitative analysis environment. Yes, that's what we are. We're nothing but a pixel in their freaking cloud.
That's all we are.
That's all we are.
I don't even think that they look at people as human anymore.
No, they don't.
These guys.
Listen to this. So far, we found it's perfect for tracking and analyzing insurance claims data, network traffic flow, and financial trading patterns, but the outcomes are are endless, they say. This comes directly from the Metropolis system. They build models on models on models. They visualize the data from every single angle. They iterate on analysis to answer new questions. Because each new analysis raises as many questions as it answers, Palantir Metropolis is built for rapid iteration and collaboration. Analysts can tweak their logic, test new hypotheses, and present new findings to decision makers who review the analysis, update their priors, and ask new questions. So this Metropolis thing is exactly where you, as a veteran, have been entered into thanks to the U.S. government.
Right.
Is my point clear?
It's very clear. And we have to go back and remember what Palantir does. They let's say they want to hone in on Pete Santilli. They already have a database. So they go over all your social networking, everything that you've ever said, how many guns you own. I mean, they really hone in on every piece of information. They have access to your bank account, your credit cards, any transactions you make at a grocery store, because you are a United States vet and you are in their system.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a very unique application that's near and dear to everyone's heart. And let's take Jade Helm. And ladies and gentlemen, when I showed you the map overlays, okay, that is the least of your... As a matter of fact, taking those two maps and saying, oh my God, that's right. Geographically, the veterans on the map are geographically aligned with Jade Helm. That is the least of your freaking concerns. Why? Because it's the points of interest known as the veterans that they're analyzing, quantitative iteration, collaboration, and analysis put into something called the Jade. Now, Jade, this is per their own document, is Joint Assistant for Development and Execution. And that's Jade. JadeHelm15. The Jade and Jade Helm is a software platform that's tied into freaking Palantir. So if they want to go in and extract all of, let's say, for instance, somebody at Jade Helm sits down and says, oh, we want to analyze where are all the belligerent veterans named Pete Santilli? Where are they? How many are there? Well, there's only one. What's his exact location? How many packages of hot dogs did he buy for this weekend? Right? How many tiki torches? And by the way, is he buying pot from the guy down the street?
Right.
No, he's not buying pot. I don't buy pot. But where is he? Can we extract him? Let's take a look at the geography of Jade Helm. Right now, have I demonstrated to you that it totally and completely coincides with Veterans Map Palantir's going to analyze? Do you think Palantir and Peter Thiel is going to tell Jade Helm and the U.S. Army who the belligerent freaking veterans are that they need to extract in Jade Helm? Absolutely. And there's no doubt about it. That bastard, I'm going to sue his freaking balls off. We come back after the top of the hour news break.
Hi, this is Danny with the Pete Santilli Show. Almost 1,000 episodes, I've been responsible for making sure that Pete does everything he can